The mysterious disappearances of Bennington Triangle. In the heart of Vermont, USA, nestled between the Green Mountains and the Adirondacks, lies a forested region known for its eerie and inexplicable mysteries. The Bennington Triangle, an area covering the towns of Bennington, Shaftesbury, and Woodford, has become infamous due to the series of unexplained disappearances that occurred between the 1940s and 1950s. These disappearances, some of which remain unsolved to this day, have left a trail of questions, theories, and a lingering sense of unease. The area's spooky reputation began with a string of disappearances involving people from all walks of life, young and old, tourists and locals who seemed to vanish without a trace. The term Bennington Triangle was coined by author Joseph A. Citro, but the events that gave the region its name have captivated the imaginations of paranormal enthusiasts, mystery lovers, and conspiracy theorists alike. A series of unsolved mysteries. The most chilling part of the Bennington Triangle story is not just the number of people who vanished, but the strange circumstances surrounding their disappearances. These events occurred over a span of several years, with each case adding to the growing enigma of the area. Here are some of the key disappearances. Mitty Rivers, 1945. Mitty Rivers, a 74-year-old hunter, was the first person to disappear in the Bennington Triangle. On November 12, 1945, Rivers was guiding a group of tourists on a hunting expedition in the area when he suddenly disappeared. His group had been following him through a dense section of forest when Rivers told them he would scout ahead. A few moments later, he was gone. No traces of him were found. His group searched the area, but found nothing. No footprints, no sign of a struggle, just an eerie silence. Mitty Rivers was never seen again, and despite extensive searches, the mystery of his disappearance remains unsolved. Paula Weldon, 1946. A year after Rivers vanished, another disappearance rocked the Bennington Triangle. On December 1st, 1946, Paula Weldon, a 18-year-old college student, was hiking along the long trail in the Bennington area when she disappeared without a trace. Paula had been walking alone when she was last seen by two fellow hikers. According to their accounts, Paula had been in high spirits, but when they reached the trail's end, she was nowhere to be found. A massive search effort ensued, involving hundreds of volunteers, but Paula's body or any trace of her was never discovered. Her disappearance remains one of the most baffling in the history of the Bennington Triangle. James Tedford, 1950. On December 1st, 1950, James Tedford, a World War II veteran, was traveling by bus from St. Albans, Vermont, to Bennington. He was on his way to visit family after spending some time at the VA hospital. Tedford was last seen on the bus as it made a stop in the town of Bennington. When the bus arrived at its final stop, Tedford was gone. His belongings, including his suitcase, were still on the bus, and the seat where he had been sitting was empty. Tedford's disappearance seemed to happen without a trace, and no clues were left behind to explain how or why he vanished. Paul Jepson, 1950. Just a few months after Tedford's disappearance, a 19-year-old boy named Paul Jepson disappeared on October 12, 1950. Paul was last seen playing near his family's farm in the Bennington area. His mother had left him to play outside while she worked inside the house. When she came out to check on him, he was gone. Neighbors and family members scoured the area, but found no sign of Paul. Unlike the other disappearances, Paul was last seen in an area close to his home, making his sudden disappearance even more puzzling. Despite a wide search effort, Paul was never found, and his case remains a mystery to this day. What happened in the Bennington Triangle? The Bennington Triangle's mysterious disappearances have led to many theories, ranging from plausible to paranormal. Over the years, the unexplained nature of these events has left many wondering, was it something in the forest, or was there a more sinister explanation at play? The bear and wild animal theory. One of the more plausible theories is that wild animals, particularly bears, could have been responsible for some of the disappearances. After all, Vermont is home to a significant population of black bears, which could easily overpower a lone hiker or hunter. However, this theory doesn't explain the complete lack of evidence, such as animal tracks, blood, or torn clothing. If an animal had been involved, it's likely there would have been some sign of a struggle. Yet, in each of the disappearances, the victims seemingly vanished without a trace. The portal theory. Some have proposed a more bizarre and supernatural explanation. The Bennington Triangle might be a portal to another dimension. According to this theory, the area is a hotbed for paranormal activity, where people can unknowingly walk into another world. This theory suggests that the missing persons were not simply lost or murdered, but transported to an alternate reality. While there's no scientific evidence to back up this idea, the sheer number of disappearances all occurring in a small area over such a short period has led some to believe there may be something more than meets the eye. The Bennington Triangle as a hot spot for UFOs. Another theory ties the disappearances to UFOs. Some people believe that the Bennington Triangle is a hotspot for extraterrestrial activity, and that the missing individuals were abducted by aliens. Proponents of this theory point to the unexplained nature of the disappearances, and the fact that some of the victims, like Paula Weldon, were last seen in remote, wooded areas, places often associated with UFO sightings. Additionally, UFO sightings have been reported in Vermont over the years, although they have never been definitively linked to the disappearances. A serial killer or human abduction. The idea of a serial killer stalking the region has also been suggested. Given that the disappearances occurred over a relatively short period of time, some believe that the killer may have been targeting vulnerable individuals, particularly those who were hiking alone or traveling in remote areas. However, there are inconsistencies with this theory, especially the fact that there was never any clear evidence of foul play, such as bodies being found or witnesses reporting suspicious activity. A serial killer theory remains unlikely, though it cannot be completely ruled. The paranormal and supernatural explanation. Given the strange nature of the disappearances, some locals have connected the mystery to the region's long history of paranormal activity. The Bennington Triangle itself has been described as a place where energy is off balance, and spirits of the past may still be lingering. The Native American tribes who once inhabited the area spoke of mysterious entities in the woods, and some have speculated that these spirits could be responsible for the disappearances. Could the area itself be cursed, or are dark forces at work? The legacy of the Bennington Triangle. To this day, the Bennington Triangle remains one of the most chilling and mysterious cases of unexplained disappearances in American history. Despite decades of investigations, no definitive answers have ever been found, and the stories of those who vanished continue to haunt the region. Some families still hope for closure, while others have come to accept that the truth may never be known. The Bennington Triangle has become a symbol of the unknown, and its legacy persists in the local culture, as well as in paranormal lore. Visitors and thrill seekers still come to the area in search of answers, hoping to uncover the mystery of the missing persons, or perhaps to catch a glimpse of the unexplained forces that may be at work in the region. The unsolved mystery of the Bennington Triangle. The Bennington Triangle is a story that refuses to fade into history. Its legacy endures, fueled by the unexplained disappearances of 4 individuals and the many theories that have tried to solve the puzzle. Whether the truth lies in natural causes, a serial killer, a UFO abduction, or something more supernatural, the mystery remains unsolved. What happened to Mitty Rivers, Paula Weldon, James Tedford, and Paul Jepson? Will their disappearances ever be explained, or will they remain one of the greatest mysteries in American history? As time passes, the Bennington Triangle continues to captivate and intrigue, keeping its chilling secrets close to the chest. The story isn't over yet, and the search for answers goes on.